I'm sure most of you have had this issue that you have a neighbor who plays music either during the night or during the day, but it's obnoxiously loud, and maybe you have confronted them and asked them to keep it down. Maybe they promised they will behave in future, or maybe you just thought to yourself it's not worth it and you didn't want to upset your asshole neighbor. In any case, about 7 years ago, my girlfriend and I were renting a room in Limehouse, and we had an Italian guy for a neighbor who would smoke weed every night and listen to music after midnight, and I told him to kindly stop it, and he said his excuse was, he said he was fucking, and so the music was necessary if we didn't want to hear his sex noises. That was his excuse. So there was a huge scene. Other neighbors had emerged from their rooms. My girlfriend started shouting at him, saying that she and we also did some considerable amount of copulation, but nobody could hear us do it. And so anyway, the guy moved out soon enough, complaining that his social life was suffering because of us. So that was about 7 years ago. Last week, one of our neighbors had suspended a Bluetooth speaker out of the window in the morning and started blaring out some dreadful noise, techno or house or something like that, with a heavy accent on percussion. And I tried hacking into his speaker. Didn't manage, because I realized I don't know how to hack into speakers. But then I had another idea. I grabbed one of the speakers from my surround system, which is a bit more expensive than the tacky thing that our neighbor has. I put it in the window and I played the entire Act 1 finale of The Mikado. And The Mikado is a Gilbert and Sullivan opera. The track is about 10 minutes long. It is one of the most powerful pieces of music ever written. Yeah, there is this misconception that opera is elitist, that it's dull, and some of it is dull. Like some movies are dull, like some books are dull. Madame Butterflies, it's fucking horrible, don't do this to yourself. But in any case, some of it is marvelous. And for me personally, when it comes to music, there is no greater joy than Gilbert and Sullivan. But in any case, when the track was finished, I listened and the street was quiet. Our asshole neighbor had stopped. I realized that this is quite a petty thing to be proud of, but it just felt so good. And also our street, they can do with a bit of culture. And so the purpose of this video is bragging, first of all, but also it's a reminder that we can fight back. Not just talk, but actually fight back. So whenever someone is blaring out some horrible noise like that, there's always the option of paying them back in kind. Or sure, if someone is playing classical music and it forces others to listen to it, that's just as bad. There is no reason why you shouldn't play some good old heavy metal to teach them a lesson. It's just that, and I do realize this will sound unsavory to some of you, it's just that normally when someone is inconsiderate enough and imposes their musical taste on others, that person isn't playing classical music or jazz or something. They play rap or techno or maybe just some plain pop music. You might call what I'm saying elitist, but it doesn't change the fact. I shared this story in a Gilbert and Sullivan group on Facebook, and I think this post got more likes than any other post in there ever. And it turned out that many group members had done the same thing in the past. Let me just read some of their comments to you. I have driven two neighbors to silence by playing the Dies Irae from the Verdi Requiem at full volume. I figured the piece had just the right air of God is coming and she's really pissed off. I was once told of someone who was annoyed by a neighbor incessantly playing a penny whistle. He listened carefully and worked out that the whistle was in E flat, and so he bought a penny whistle in D and started accompanying the neighbor. The neighbor soon stopped. A mate of mine successfully hacked the speaker of some builders working noisily in the next floor flat. The Gay Anthems mixtape lasted about 3 minutes before the speaker was switched off. So yeah, as you can see, you can share your favorite music while combating domestic terrorism. And isn't it marvelous? I think next time someone plays something on a bus, I'll try the same approach. Yeah, I'll do that. Have a good day.
Thy heart of mine, give me my place, O fool, O blind, O rash, O base, thy heart of mine, give me my place.
If she's my mind, restore her ways, O fool, O blind, O rash, O base.
Big king that rules where wisdom serves, bright eye that heroic loves. Rose lip that scorneth low-laden years, smooth tongue that warneth who rightly fears. Fine drum is a knife, pink cheek, bright eye. For he's going to marry young. Your anger prepare for all will be merry. I think you had better succumb.
Come.
And join our expressions of feeling. On this subject we pray you be dumb. You'll find there are many who wait for a penny. The word for your guidance is mum.
Mum.
There's lots of good fish in the sea.
On this subject we pray you be dumb.